Hey everyone, Razzbowski here, and holy ScottGames.com has been updated with a brand new teaser, ladies and gentlemen. The sister location just keeps getting creepier and creepier. This time we have get back on your stage. Now, this command is also greeted with a beautiful gameplay mechanic sort of button panel. We have got what appears to be like a light, and we have got a sort of lightning bolt, which obviously indicates some sort of electrical feature. And if we look very, very closely in the background, we have got some shapes, silhouettes, and these, ladies and gentlemen, these could be the mini-arenas. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome! The mini-arenas, possibly the final character that we're going to have revealed for this game. Welcome them to Five Nights at Freddy's The Sister Location. It just keeps getting better and better. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, or whatever it is. I know the teaser came out a couple of days ago, but unfortunately I was doing some filming in London, so obviously I live in Scotland. I wasn't able to have access to the computer and stuff, but it has given me a lot of time to go ahead, analyze the picture, look into possible theories and gameplay mechanics for this. I've got a lot to say, so get your butts prepared for that. If you're hyped for this video, guys, then please hit that like button. It really, really is appreciated. Let's shoot for 87 beautiful likes, and let's just jump straight in to the source code, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we want to be looking at first, because Scott likes to hide some stuff in there, but unfortunately this time I don't think he has. From my quick glance over it before I started recording, it looks like it's going to be exactly the same. We've still got the client directory there, the novelties. He added stuff on at the end the last time he updated it, and it's all exactly the same. But the most important, the interesting part is if we go into Photoshop and start brightening up the picture, we do get some characters appearing in the background, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see here, without brightening it up too much, oh, there we go. That's quite bright. That's quite nice there. We have got 4 brand new characters over in the background, and these Ballorina type characters are with us. Now, obviously, we have already seen Ballora, or the Ballorina character. We still don't know if these are the Balloras, if these are the mini-arenas, if the character we've already seen is Ballora or mini-arena. I'm inclined to believe the one we had before in the trailer, that was Ballora, and these are the mini-arenas, and purely because these seem to be smaller than Ballora is. Obviously, without seeing Ballora beside them, we can't really tell the dimensions of the characters, but the fact that there are 4 of them kind of leads me to believe that they're going to work in a very similar way as the BIDYBABs do with Baby, and I will explain more of that later on. But having a look at them, these are clearly Ballorina type characters, and we have got what appears to be ring lights around a stage. We've got the lights down here on the right hand side. They come down the bottom of the stage, which is going to highlight underneath where they're standing, and we've got them coming up the left hand side as well. Presumably it goes in a full arch over the top as well, but that is cut off at the top of the picture. Each one of them is doing various different plies or whatever. I don't know much about ballet dancing, but they're looking very, very graceful. They look graceful, and they would work well in a children's show. Maybe this is a separate stage. You know how you got Pirates Cove, etc. This is obviously some sort of separate stage in which you would go along to see the Ballorina animatronics in. But Ballora is probably the centerpiece, because there's 2 on either side. There is a possible scope for Ballora to fit in the middle of them and be sort of the ringleader, or the front and center stage, the most important character of these of this sideshow, which is absolutely fantastic, and I think that's where they're going to be fitting into it. Now, if we take away all this brightened up part of it, we've obviously got this dark image here, and we've got the 2 buttons. We have got what appears to be a light switch. I think this one here is you're going to hit that button, and then it's going to brighten up, it's going to switch on the ring lights that we see around the outsides and down the bottom of the stage. This is obviously the mechanic in which you can check to see what's going on here. It doesn't look like we've got anything else. We've got no more panels, we've got no screens here. We're literally standing in front of the stage. Maybe we're on some sort of balcony or something raised, so we can have control here, and we have literally got 2 things to do here. We've basically just got to check the stage. Are the mini-arenas there? If they're not, we tell them to get back on the stage now, and potentially we hit this electricity button. Whatever that does is going to trigger something that's going to make sure that they get back to where they originally were. Whether we actually have to hit this button to charge up the light, maybe the light is what it is. I don't know if you've ever played, it could be like what's that game where you turn around, is it Grandmother's Footsteps or whatever? One person's at the end of the room, they turn around, and when they look, everybody has to freeze, and if you catch anybody, then you've got to send them back to where they started from. It's kind of like that, so we have to charge up the electricity button, so we can't just keep spamming the light. When we turn the light on, obviously if they've moved forward, then they're going to have to move back, kind of like how you flash Foxy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. If you flash him, then he has to go away. If you ignore him, he's going to come and jump scare you. I think that's what these guys are going to work at as well. Or maybe they're going to work in a similar fashion to the BIDYBABs, and they're going to be more of an annoyance than an actual jump scare material. Either way, we're getting a butt ton of characters here. We've got the 7 BIDYBABs. We've got the 4 MINIREENAs here, as well as all the other animatronics we've already seen. There is a lot going on here. I think there's a lot going on in the background that Scott is going to reveal at some point. But the phrase "get back on your stage" is in contrast to everybody stay in your seats. This is a command. This, especially with the big "now" right there. I'm just surprised he hasn't put an exclamation mark in there, because it's definitely very commanding, very powerful. Now, get back on your stage now. So this stage is designed specifically for them. I think it's perfectly, when we highlight the picture yet again, it is perfectly sized for the 4 of them there, as you can see with the ring lights around there. But there is definitely space for, I think, for Ballorina to fit in the middle of them, which is going to be good. Again, we can't really see much about these, how they're articulated, how they work, other than their shapes. We can easily see is it the tutus that they're wearing, the little skirts anyway, around them, and obviously they're doing the poses. We saw similar poses in the trailer. When all the characters were together and we get that slow zoom towards Baby, we saw that Ballorina was doing her poses here, there, and everywhere. So these guys are obviously doing very, very similar things, going through their stage routine. Or maybe this is how they're frozen, and you can tell that they're active because they've sort of moved when you turn the lights on. That's going to be very interesting as well. The reason I think these guys are the MINIREENAs as well, and I think a lot of people are agreeing that these are the MINIREENAs. If you remember all the way back to before we got really any teasers on the Sister Location, somebody leaked or was able to find out the copyrighted names that Scott has used for the new characters coming up in the game. And the last one on the list was obviously the MINIREENAs, and everybody sort of put 2 and 2 together. We're like, we've got a Ballorina character, and Ballora and MINIREENA put it together, and it's sort of Ballorina. So we kind of have a similar connection as we do with the BIDYBABs and Baby, because you've got Baby Dib is backwards, or BIDYBAB kind of sounds like mini baby sort of thing. So I think Ballorina is going to have a very similar connection with these guys. So are we potentially going to be seeing similar sort of things with Foxy and with Freddy? Are they going to have mini versions of themselves? Are they going to have something else? Maybe we got the puppet on the Bonnie puppet on Freddy's hand, so maybe he's gonna have like sort of puppet versions of the rest of the characters, and maybe Foxy has something else as well. It's gonna be interesting to see what Scott does with them. But the fact that there's gonna be so many animatronics going about, this is gonna be one hell of a concentration game. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, you really had to concentrate because you had to listen to what was going on. You really had to pay attention. That's what brought the horror out, if you know what I'm saying. That's what brought the horror really out in the game, is that you had to really, really listen to what's going on. I think this one's gonna be a visual one. I think you're really going to have to look what's happening as you go on. Now, this is obviously the 3rd location that we have seen so far for the Sister Location. We have got the room in which it appears to be an elevator. We've got the room in which the all the electronics are going a little bit haywire, and we're looking outside a window or a big screen or something. And now we've got the room in which we can see the MINIREENA's stage, and maybe Ballorina's stage as well. However, how do we get to this room? I still think we're going to be going through the vents. We saw a little sequence in which it looked like we were going through the vents, not an animatronic, because everything is from our point of view, or at least it appears to be like that. So I think we're going to be moving through the ventilation systems. Yes, we could probably turn around in one of the rooms and see this, but it doesn't make sense in either of the rooms. The first one, in which we're coming down the elevator, I presume the view we see in the front is just going to be all the way around us. It's going to be a bit of a enclosed room, and we obviously can't see anything out the front. In the second room, unless we can somehow turn behind us and we are on some sort of balcony in which we see this, because again, it doesn't appear like we're in a room. This looks like a very open stage here, and I think we're maybe on a raised platform towards the back of the theater in which we're doing this, and we have the control over it. But I think this is our 3rd location, and I think we're going to be going through the ventilation systems. Scott loves his vents. He loves his vents. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we could actually see the animatronic animatronics moving through them, so I think it's going to be quite cool that we're going to be going through them instead, because this is where I think the smaller animatronics, the Bidybabs and the Minireenas might be able to get us, because they're smaller. Maybe these guys will be going through the vents. We've got to use some sort of flashlight or some sort of device to make sure that the vents are clear, because the last thing we want to do is go through one of the vents and then we got one of these guys right in our face, because it would jump on our face and just, like, I don't know, gouge our eyes out. But we ain't coming back from whatever happens in there. And I think it's going to be, it's a new mechanic, it's something new. We're going to be going from different location to different location to different location. It's almost free roam, but not quite, if you know what I mean. Kind of like in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, where we would quickly scamper off the bed, over to the door, and then back onto the bed, or over to the cupboard and back onto the bed, that kind of thing. I think that that's how this is going to work, and I'm really excited to do it, because if you spend too long in one location, something bad's going to happen in another one, so you're going to have to judge it really, really well, and there just looks like there's gonna be so much going on. I am very, very excited for this game, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very excited. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was the Minireenas. They've been introduced to Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. I'm damn hyped for this game. I cannot wait to see where it's going. I'm expecting another trailer very, very shortly. I don't know how that factors into Scott's plans for everything, but we have seen all of these new, we've seen the Bidybabs, we have seen the Minireenas now, so it would be interesting to see how they work. Maybe he's given us a hint to gameplay mechanics as well with this electric box or whatever it is, this panel in front of us, so maybe we'll get to see that in use very, very shortly. I think it would be very, very scary to see the Minireena maybe have the light flash once and then flash it again, and the Minireenas are right up in your grill, and then maybe a jump scare at the end of it. That would be absolutely fantastic. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on this brand new teaser down in the comment section below. It really, really is appreciated. Again, sorry that I wasn't able to get this out at the time, but it did give me an opportunity to really think about what was going in this one and give you a more rounded video, which is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. If you got a little bit extra free time, then maybe you would like to check out a Pokemon Go video. I went around catching some rare Pokemon, hatching some fantastic eggs, and it was a really good episode. And a lot of rage at the servers, but I turned it into a funny moments video, so you get to see my sadness mixed in with some classic Enya, which is always very good to listen to. A bit of Simon and Garfunkel in there as well. But either way, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been Razzbowski, you've been the beautiful bastards, as always, for watching, and I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye!